Hey, what up everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you with the final edition of Monday Night Raw. This is the Go Home to Survivor Series. Of course, the pay-per-view that you can see for free on the WWE Network. Of course, everybody knows that the month of November, because they're trying to get people signed up, trying to show everybody what there is for a bargain on the WWE Network. If you sign up, or if you already are a member, right after Monday Night Raw, tomorrow is going to be a preview of what is going to be probably the biggest DVD release of this year. That, of course, would be the Macho Man story, all about Randy Savage. Of course, if you think back to maybe it came out in 2010, maybe even 2009, they had a Randy Savage DVD come out. It was the 3-disc series. I think it ended up being hosted by Matt Stryker and Maria. Honestly, that was probably the biggest downfall to that. It has a lot of great Savage matches on there, but not having a documentary, not having Randy Savage involved with it, was very, very weird, and it definitely did hurt what was going down. If you go through and you watch, I believe, Disc 2, that's the highlight of that set to me. It mostly covers everything from the Mega Powers. That's one of the reasons why I love the Saturday Night's Main Event set. That came out around that time as well, but now, of course, all of the Saturday Night's Main Events have been added up on the WWE Network, so that's one of those things that I love to watch, even though I haven't watched them in a little bit. You guys know I went on a little hot streak uploading the reviews of those and things like that. But, make sure you watch that on the WWE Network tomorrow, because Tuesday morning, I'm going to be waking up. I have to find out what time my Best Buy opens. I have a reserved copy down there. I know from checking out Wrestling DVD News, some people have been able to get Best Buy to sell them the box set. I believe at the $9.99 price. I've seen some tweets, and some other people have just drastically got shut down. I think it's just a matter of how nice you were when you called up customer service, and maybe how much of a record you had dealing with BestBuy.com. Honestly, if this was probably your first order with them, they're not really that scared to lose you as a customer. But if you are somebody who religiously buys DVDs through them or anything else, they're probably not want to lose you, and probably look at the $70 and just say, you know what, we're going to lose a customer over this, so let's just make sure we do them right. But let's get down to the task at hand. Tomorrow's Monday Night Raw is going to be the go-home show, and we still have each team needing one member for the big team authority versus Team Cena. Of course, as of right now, the team stand John Cena as the captain, Dolph Ziggler, Big Show, and Sheamus going up against Seth Rollins, Kane, Rusev, and Mark Henry. I almost called him Matt Hardy right there. I was looking at his picture. What a mistake that would have been. You can see that there's going to be one guy added onto each side. I think, honestly, everybody knows the big story is going to be, Ryback. What is Ryback going to do on tomorrow's Raw? I know that not that many people watch SmackDown, but honestly, I went out of my way and I watched the highlights to SmackDown. I was really busy on Friday. That was one of the reasons why I didn't get a chance to watch the show. I went to the WrestleMania 31 ticket release party out in Santa Clara, the home of WrestleMania 31, Levi's Stadium, the home of my San Francisco 49ers. So I had a lot of reasons to want to get out to the stadium, and I was really surprised how much they let us see of the stadium. It was wide open. It was empty. We didn't get to go down to where the seats were and things like that. We got to walk around where the sort of the concourse was. They had a few of the food places open to see what kind of food they had. They had the bathrooms open if you had to go, and they had a couple autograph stations. I'm going to be making a video right after this video talking about everything that went down, so more than likely by the time you're watching this, you'll be able to check out that one as well if you go into the bank of videos there on YouTube. Honestly, the SmackDown ended. The big deal was that basically Ryback needed to pay for what he did on last week's edition of Monday Night Raw, laying out all of the authority. It's basically looked at as, Triple H has basically cut ties with Ryback. He understands that Ryback doesn't want to fall in line with the authority. It was basically all of the authority's fault for basically Ryback getting mad. It seemed like he wanted to be a part of this team because the owner wanted him. Triple H is the guy who signs the checks in the WWE, and if, the owner wants you to do something, you do it, because basically Ryback is a guy, I don't know if they're playing into the fact that he just came back off of his injury, and he was scared he might lose his job, or whatever it is. We can all see that Ryback can wrestle. He is a beast inside the ring. Since he's made his return from his injury, it's almost like they've scrubbed his record clean, and we've forgotten everything that's happened to this man since his main event against John Cena at Extreme Rules 2000 and what year was that? It was after 29, so I guess that'd be 2013. A year-long trip of basically not doing much of anything. He had the main event against Cena, and right after that, he became a Paul Heyman guy, had the matches with CM Punk that he wasn't able to win, and then after that was dumped by Paul Heyman. Then he went on to join up with Ryback. From there, he basically just, rode the ranks of the tag team division, and that's a place you never want to be in these days of WWE. The Usos, they're a good team. They're probably never gonna break up. They probably, I don't see either one of those guys as the singles guys. And if you have a twin brother, there's not many guys that are gonna break up out of a tag team. When you're brother and brother, that are gonna have a big career like Jeff Hardy. He's the one guy that comes to my mind where they broke up the team and then they each went their separate ways. It's not like one of them is really gonna be the Shawn Michaels and the other one's really gonna be the Marty Jannetty. But when you're two singles guys and you get paired up into the tag team division, very rarely do you get a chance to get out of that. Like, Cody Rhodes was a guy who was paired up with Damian Sandow. Sandow was able to turn that tag team into him winning the Money in the Bank, and it looked like he was going to go on and have great success. And once he lost that Money in the Bank, he's fallen off. He's found a little bit of a resurgence, teaming up with the Miz and things like that. But he seems to be one of the popular guys. But that hasn't translated him getting wins on Monday Night Raw or SmackDown or even pay-per-view matches. So it hasn't really helped him in the long run. If he wants to be the Santino of the WWE, I'm sure he's going to cash a whole bunch of checks, but it's not going to really raise him to the point where he's in the discussion for WrestleMania matches. That fans are going to remember you long after your wrestling days are done. But Ryback was able to come back out of this injury. All of a sudden, WWE wants to make this guy a star again. It's been a long year of me saying that, like, if you want to see money in this guy, you got to turn him babyface, and that's basically what they've done. They've added a little bit of gray to his character, basically saying that he wasn't a John Cena fan. He doesn't want to be basically a part of Team Cena because he doesn't want to be roped in as being one of John Cena's Saturday morning cartoon friends. He wants to be his own guy. He's gonna fight his own fight. At the end of the day, I think everybody sees that basically Ryback is going to join this team. I don't see where you get it without him doing that. There's other question marks that go into what's going down with the Team Cena team. At the end of the show, we saw basically Luke Harper destroy Dolph Ziggler. This is already after Team Authority has taken out John Cena with Seth Rollins hitting the 2 curb stomps. He's been basically erased from all memory of being a part of this team as he was the third guy to join. Big Show asked, and he finally was granted a spot on this team. Sheamus is a guy that, I thought was going to have his own singles match, but he's joined in. There's only 2 question marks for, who could fill Team Cena. And that's either going to be Ryback or it's going to be Randy Orton. And the fact that they built up Ryback and they don't have any backup feud for this guy, seeing how basically, since he's beat up every single member of the Authority, since then, basically, he went on and had a match against Kane. Kane's involved in this match, so he doesn't really have anywhere to go. It's, the Intercontinental Championship, the United States Championship is tied up into this. It's not like he's going to be making the Divas Championship a 3-way and getting into there. So this is basically the only open avenue for him to get there. So maybe the wrestling rumor sites were true, basically saying that Randy Orton was going to be busy throughout Survivor Series and he wasn't going to be joining. I really thought that he was going to be coming in and sort of being the 5th member of this team as a big-time surprise. Popping the building and helping lead Team Cena to victory. If you look over at the Authority side, they have one more thing to fill. I don't know if you're going to go off last week's show, basically with Luke Harper helping out, take out Dolph Ziggler at the end of the show. Most people think that he's just going to fill into there, but honestly, the one biggest heel that's in the company that is not a part of this team and hasn't even really been brought up is Cesaro. Cesaro is a great star for the WWE. You know, he had a real big resurgence in his career when a lot of people thought the chips were down on this guy by, you know, qualifying for the Elimination Chamber. That was a big surprise to see him get added into a main event of a pay-per-view. As well as that, he went out and he beat the WWE Champion Randy Orton in a non-championship match. Had another great match where he took John Cena to the ropes, and it basically looked like he was almost going to beat Cena on Monday Night Raw. And then, you know, shortly after that, everybody thought that when the Real Americans broke up, it was going to be Cesaro's career that was on the rise. And shortly after that, he was jobbing matches to Jack Swagger to make Swagger look good for his SummerSlam match against Rusev. So, I don't know. I think that maybe it'll be Harper, but I think the better choice would be to put Cesaro into this match. We still don't know what's going on with the Wyatts. Basically, you know, Bray Wyatt's going to be going after Dean Ambrose. And when you look at that, you know, sort of leaves Rowan and Harper out there. You know, Rowan was chasing Natalya around, sort of stalking her. Who knows if that's going to lead to Natalya versus Rowan. Of course, that would have to sort of make it look like Rowan is some sort of a lackey babyface who's trying to get a girlfriend or something like that. And I'm not sure what's going down with that. Harper looks like he just wants to be a team player. If he's not going to be part of the Wyatts, he wants to be a part of the Authority. So we're going to have to see how, you know, Cena's going to be able to, you know, string him along and go from there. I just want to see if Harper's going to be in this match. One hell of a clothesline. Boom! JBL approved, baby. I didn't even know I was wearing a Nexus shirt till I hit that. Peace out, everybody. See you after Monday Night Raw. It's going to be a good one.